Hello, this is Manny, and you're listening to Feliz Christmas, Merry Navidad, the bilingual, multilingual Christmas podcast. Hello, everyone. I am back. I am recording currently on October 15th, 2020. Yeah, I know I've been away for a few days. Well, just giving you that little space, that October space. But you know what? This is going to be a very, very short episode compared to all of mine that go on for, 2 and 3 parts. Well, this is just a build up on the road to Christmas. Let's call it that. Yes. The title of this episode is The Road to Christmas. Maybe part one? Or is just, can we just name it? Hmm. On the way to the road to Christmas? Or can I name it, Am I already buying Christmas decorations? All right. So, straight to the point, I am very, very, very excited. We are on our second Burr month, October. It's mid October. I'm very, very motivated. While I haven't been uploading stuff, I have been recording. I have been making little things from here and for there, for this and for that. And also, I've been going by different stores just to browse, get some emails. Hey, we got this little Christmas ornament, this Christmas decoration for your kitchen, for your table. Now, I told my wife, why don't we go and check it out? And we did many times, and we've bought many things. One of my future episodes, which I may or may not have other collaborators for that one, will be about Christmas villages. And well, we found two or three or 15, 20, maybe other buildings and little structures and little lights and trees and churches and Santa Claus, etc., 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 for our little Christmas village, which isn't that little anymore. It's growing. It's a growing family. We're gonna have to compromise our dining room completely since we have an open space floor plan. Well, we're just gonna use the breakfast nook for that, for eating and stuff. And fortunately for our eyes, there's gonna be a huge, huge Christmas village over there, which I will be sharing photos of that next month. And while I said I was gonna start decorating for Christmas this year in September, I mean, part of the road to Christmas is Halloween and Thanksgiving, even though for me, Thanksgiving is part of Christmas. So, yes, November 1st, first lights start to go up. We did find some adorable, some very friendly Halloween decorations. First, it was one, then two, then lights, projectors. I like holidays. I like holidays that you decorate. I like to decorate even if it's not for a holiday, but I do prefer decorating obviously for Christmas. And I do like decorating for other seasons, other holidays. And Halloween, it depends how you look at it. I used to be very, very into these scary movies, these possession movies, these slasher movies. I mean, I could still watch some scary movies. I mean, I could watch Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday 13th, Halloween, the classics, obviously, obviously, obviously for me, the classics. Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's my type of horror movie. I can still watch that, but I'm not really into that anymore. I don't know. As I grew up, and I'm not gonna say matured because I just changed. I don't think I've ever matured. I don't think I want to mature. That's what makes me me. But I stopped watching a bunch of those movies. But as you all know, I've said it before. We just moved into our very own first house, and I was always like, God, please let my neighbors be the type of people that decorate. And out of 5 houses, four are decorated for Halloween. Like, for example, in my corner over here. So I saw one. I had a welcome fall sign, and I'm like, I'm gonna leave it at that. And then I saw them put their little pumpkins. And my wife and I, we love gnomes, so we found a duo or a pair of gnomes carrying a pumpkin. Seems like they're trying to, take the pumpkin out of the yard, walking away with it. So we bought that one. Then we found three gnomes riding a broomstick, and that led to having a little jack o' lantern kid, these inflatable jack o' lantern kid that the face lights up and by our front door. And then we saw some orange lights and a bat that says Happy Halloween, and we bought Halloween decorations. Let's just cut to the chase. That's I extended that too long, and no, I'm not gonna cut it. JP, no lo corte. Déjalo así. Leave it as is. So yeah, we started decorating for that. But while and in the living room we have a few spooky pieces. We have a little TV that any time it hears a loud sounds, it starts going "Woo," and something like that. I might post it later on Facebook or Instagram. If you're hearing this, ask me if you're hearing this. Go to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at FCMN Podcast, and see if I have my living room Halloween decoration. And if I don't, ask me for it. That way I know you're listening to me and you're gonna ask me for it. So yep, that's a good challenge or a way to lose a listener because I'm already telling people what to do. Manny, you're not at work. Calm down, calm down. Don't be telling people what to do. All right, so yep, I do have a small area or an area designated for my Halloween. All my living room furniture is light color. My tables are white, but it is a little black setup and a table, a two shelf table, and a lot little spooky, nice Halloween decorations, very adorable. And also, well, that would sit on that. So going back to, we have to enjoy Halloween. It's on the road to Christmas. We bought a bunch of Christmas decorations, like a bunch. And this is just for the inside. We haven't probably one or two things for the outside. But anytime we see a unique Christmas village piece, we buy it, and we've bought mostly all of them. I went back at the beginning of the month because I was gonna do, or because I was gonna do the episode with Jerry Davila from Totally Rad Christmas. I did the Gremlins episode with him, and that is coming out next month. And that movie, the Gremlins movie, this is another story, right? Just keep it going. That Gremlins movie was supposed to be on HBO Max, or it was on HBO Max when he asked me if I wanted to be a part of, to choose the movie and everything. I said Gremlins, and I found on HBO Max, and I started watching it, even though I grew up with that movie. But work and circumstances start switching around my scheduling. So I was about 20-30% through that movie, and I stopped watching. I said, you know what? I'll just watch it the week that I record with Jerry, so that way I have more details fresh in my mind. Even though I've seen this movie so many times, when you're watching it to discuss it on a podcast, you really catch on to a lot of things. But that you'll have to listen to Totally Rat Christmas next month. I think it's the 7th, he told me, or the 12th. I'm not sure. I will not come back and edit this and update it. So just follow Jerry Davila's podcast, Totally Rad Christmas, and listen to all the episodes, and eventually you'll hear me. You'll hear me there. So come that week, I keep putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, and then the day of the recording in the morning, I go and search for Gremlins on HBO Max, and actually the second part is there, but not the first one. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to rent it. A movie that I had for free for the service that I was already paying. I was gonna pay $4. So, yeah, the story you're gonna hear it over there too. I'm gonna keep it short. So I decide to go to Walmart. And Walmart, if you want to sponsor me for saying Walmart on my podcast, I wouldn't mind getting money from Walmart as a sponsorship. Walmart. So I told my wife, let's go to Walmart because I found the DVD that they have it in stock for like $3.76. And I'll just buy the DVD, even though I already own that DVD in Puerto Rico. I believe I owned that movie or I've owned it before, but I'm not gonna pay $4 to rent it and have it for 48 hours and then it's gone. So I go to Walmart. And then when we get over there, I realize that the movie, the 376 movies, the $3.76 movies are in that big basket in the middle. So we start digging and digging and digging and digging, and we can't find it. I found all the bootleg ones, like I think it was Tremors and Creatures and stuff like that, but I did not find the Gremlins movie. So I look again in the app, and I see that they also have a Blu-ray in stock. And I walk by the Blu-ray, I can't find it. So then I go to where they have the classics on Blu-ray, like the collections, and I see that they have the Gremlins 1 and 2 for about $6. And I'm like, well, it's better pay $6 for two movies for $6 and change for two movies than $4 for a rented movie. So yeah, I mean, I'm still saving money and I get to keep it, even though people prefer digital now. But digital was about $20 for both of them. And well, if you could save money, I mean, the best way to save money is not buying it and talk about what you remember. But no, I have to make an impression. It's Jerry we're talking about here. Come on, man. He knows his stuff, so I can't just go over in there, looking and sounding like a rookie. Yes, I'm talking about my appearance on Tista podcast. Uh, I'm a person that loves to talk. I mean, as you can see, I've just been going on and on and on for over 12 minutes here. But in Tista podcast, it was my first guest host appearance, and I kind of bit my tongue a little bit. I did laugh a lot, and I did enjoy it. I love that podcast. I love the elves over there. I love everybody. So shout out. See, I'm name dropping here. Hi, Anthony, Tom, and Julia. Thank you for having me over there. All right, so back to the Gremlins. Yeah, I'm extending this. I said it was going to be a short episode, and it's going to be shorter than the regular 3 hours. So bear with me. Bear with me. So as I'm walking out, my wife then sees another movie, Jeepers Creepers, the third one. I love the first two. I think I saw the third one, but whatever. It was $3.76, and at least we found something in that basket after looking for like 45 minutes. So time's closing in. There's about 3 hours till I start recording with Jerry. And I tell my wife, well, we're here already. I mean, why don't we just walk by the Christmas aisles and see if they put up some more decorations. And bear in mind, we had already made 2 visits prior to this to Walmart and had full carts of decorations. So we go by the Christmas aisles and like the ones inside the store, because they have about 3, 4 aisles inside, or 5 aisles inside the store, with ornaments and garlands and stockings and, well, Christmas decorations. But then in the outdoor living where the plants are at and the bicycles and barbecues, now they have the Christmas trees out there and all the parts for the Christmas village. But the Christmas village parts are right when you walk in to your left hand side. So I look, and guess what? There were a bunch of pieces that we didn't have, like the main structure pieces that we didn't have. And I told her, well, I mean, we agreed that we were going to only buy this stuff, either on a Friday or a Saturday. So yeah, why not buy it on a Wednesday? Boom, we bought it on Wednesday. We bought a bunch of stuff. So for me, not wanting to spend $4 for a rent and movie to spending $148 and some change, and only about $8 and some change for movies, or about $10 for movies, and the rest being for decorations. Yeah, we've bought a bunch of decorations, and like I said, mostly of them are for the inside. And I am going to share pictures of this. So just remember, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter FCMN Podcast. And that's where you're going to be able to go and see our little village. And we might have a Christmas tree or two, maybe three if I find another one. I know we're going to go cut one down. I'm also looking into getting one of those pre-lit trees that comes with the that come with the LEDs that you could switch to the color that you want and to the shape that to the pattern that you want, not shape. Sorry about that. And yeah, well, but I also want to cut a fresh tree, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So that was part of the things that I did while I haven't been uploading stuff. And apart from that, JP and I were coming up with a special edition of or a special episode for Halloween of Feliz Christmas, Merry Navidad. And I'm just going to give you a preview right now for that episode. So here you go.
Happy Halloween.
So what did you guys think about that? Yeah, sounds kind of familiar, but at the same time, spooky. And that's going to be for our October 31st episode. Well, we might upload it the last weekend or the last few days of the month, but it's going to be our Halloween episode. Hopefully before then I'll have another update, but I might not. I mean, it's taken a lot of brainstorming to put that episode together. And well, at least for now, I'm not thinking about having a Patreon. Maybe later when I have more consistent listeners. But for the meantime, I'm going to put the Road to Christmas things all on a regular feed. So, and you guys tell me what you like and what you don't like. And also, I've been, like I said, brainstorming for what other things am I going to bring to the podcast to the Christmas. And just to let you know, for our future episodes right after Halloween, we're going to have different, it's going to be in different languages, but it's going to be different, what do we say, stories, different traditions. But these are from actual listeners. So you will be able to hear them and their traditions. I mean, if you're a Spanish speaker, it's going to be a treat for you because we will upload that, but it's not going to have any translation whatsoever. It's a bilingual, multilingual podcast. I still don't have the technology, so I could go back and forth. I can translate brinco al español al inglés, but it's gonna take longer. And it's just gonna seem like it's Dora on steroids. So va a parecer que es Dora en esteroide. So you're gonna be hearing back and forth. So no. And I'm also gonna have some episodes in Spanish. And oh, nice little Halloween episode. And if JP's plan in mind comes through, then we're also gonna have some special guest host, and we're gonna talk about Halloween and the traditions. And it's gonna be mostly Spanish, bilingual episode, and we're gonna talk about when we dressed up as a group and the contest they've won. Where before I dressed up with them, the contest we won and all the attention we had on us with our costumes. But that's about it. That's just about Halloween. So that's just a preview. That's just a maybe. Hopefully it'll come true. I am going to be a little bit better organized when it comes to these episodes. I'm going to have little segments on it. We're going to talk about Elf in the Shelf, traditions from different countries. Even though there are podcasts out there about food and music, I also want to touch upon that. And well, what else? What else? What else? What else? Letters to Santa. Let's let's see what your kids or US kids did or wrote Santa for when you were little. I will let you know mine. I will also see if I could convince JP to go behind a microphone and join us every once in a while just so we could get his point of view. And one thing before this episode is over, coffee is the best thing in the world to consume when you consume it, in non-addicting non-addicting portions. I love coffee. And why am I saying this? JP, John Paul, our editor, he's one of the best baristas out there, the best barista I know. And well, once we have him on, I will talk about coffee and we'll give you some suggestions besides your peppermint mocha and your pumpkin spice lattes for if you're in the Caribbean to keep, a good body temperature, your temperature down, cool off with some coffee. But if you're over here in the mainland and it's starting to get a little chilly, sometimes just to keep warm with variety. So stay tuned to that. And this, my friends, it's the end of the episode. I'm just touching bases with all of you, letting you know what's going to come in the future, some of the things we have planned. So if you have any suggestions, any ideas, any questions, if you have any locations within driving distance from the state of Georgia that they're obviously following the COVID-19 protocols, the social distancing protocols, and you want to suggest us going there, we will go and have video recordings and we'll have live recordings over there. Just shoot us. There's a few destinations that we want to go. And that's why I said after Halloween, the whole road to Christmas is going to be a lot more jolly. But I don't want to skip over Halloween. I don't want to cram Christmas into this one, even though it's,
Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho.
and well, guys, this is it for us for today. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter before. Follow us at FCMN Podcast, FCMN Podcast, or our website, fcmnpodcast.com. And if you want to send us your voice recordings about letters to Santa, your stories about Elf on a Shelf, or you just want to share anything with us and want to be heard on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, and more, just send it to me at Manny at fcmnpodcast.com and we will upload it in the next episode right after that. So hope to hear from you soon, and you will hear from me soon. And for now, Feliz Christmas, Merry Navidad.